Hi everybody, I'm Dan Joseph with MRC-TV. Following the assassination of 5 police officers in Dallas, Texas over the weekend, there has been new scrutiny placed on race relations in the United States, in particular on the group Black Lives Matter. Today we're going to talk to some Americans and see how they view race relations as they currently are in this country and how they view the Black Lives Matter movement in particular. You obviously heard about what happened in Dallas over the weekend. What are your initial thoughts?
I was pretty shocked. I really think it's bad that the country is going through what it's going through right now with the political correctness and everything.
What do you think about the group Black Lives Matter?
The group Black Lives Matter? I think every life matters.
Let me ask you this. What do you think of the group Black Lives Matter?
Not too much of them.
They have a positive message. It's just that sometimes we don't go about doing things the way that we should. You know, we say Black Lives Matter, but at the same time we're not educating our young blacks to keep them out of the situations that get them in that position with the police to get killed.
Police officers are being persecuted, first of all. I don't think they should be persecuted.
I feel that some things may have gone over the line, but we still need to respect our individuals who are law enforcement because they have a difficult job to do.
Black lives really matter. They be talking about Chicago, all the black lives that died there.
I think some people are going to exploit organizations like that, perhaps, and will try to use violence.
Well, like the guy, the assassin.
Yeah.
You can't blame just one individual for that. It's a build-up.
Because nobody's listening to us. Nobody's listening.
Well, this shooter was obviously listening in Dallas. I mean, he killed cops, and he was influenced by Black Lives Matter, the group.
Right.
Do you think Black Lives Matter is acting irresponsibly in terms of their rhetoric?
I don't think, I'm not for the violence, but I believe violence is precipitating violence.
Okay.
It's the crazy ones that pick up on that stuff though and act on it.
Right.
It's not everybody.
No, but it can spark something,
Yes,
and then somebody eventually takes it too far.
Yeah.
I just think that it's escalated to the point that neither side is right. It's rage, a feeling of disrespect from the African American and Latino communities, and a feeling of over-policing sometimes.
What happened to the nightstick? The nightstick
Yeah.
seemed to work before the guns came, but they put the nightsticks down and it's guns and tasers.
So you think maybe we should go back to nightsticks?
I don't know, you get to live to see another day.
That's true.
I am all for whatever the police are doing. They protect us. That's their job. Again, like in Dallas, they ran to trouble, not away from it.
And this is not a black and Hispanic issue. If the police overreact, it's based on that incident. It doesn't have anything to do with necessarily race.
Do you think the assassination of the 5 police officers, do you think that was a result of some of the things that have happened over the last few years?
Definitely.
You definitely do.
Generations have changed because my generation, if the police pull you over, you tell them what you're going to do before you move. You say, yes, sir. You might look down at the ground, but next generation, they're not going to do that.
Why aren't they doing that?
Because they don't feel that.
Parenting?
Yeah.
Do you think Black Lives Matter needs to do a better job of saying that?
More so educating the people than trying to demonstrate marches and everything like that. I think we should need to just sit down and educate our people more.
My sympathies are still going to be with the police because by and large, I think that the incidents are fewer and farther between than people will give the police credit for.
What about the media's response?
I think the media is on target some ways, but they're also blowing things out of proportion. I think they're pushing it to one side, which is towards the Black Matters, and I really think it's a dual problem that we need to work on both sides.
I think it's a disgrace the way our media covers it, really. I think they ought to tell the whole story and every bit of the story. They always jump to conclusions before they do all the investigation and find out the true facts of everything.
Do you think that there needs to be more advocacy on the police side than we've seen in media recently?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree, yes.
I forget, it was the Dallas mayor or somebody said that they're going to hire them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think that's a good idea. Then they'll learn how tough it is to be a cop.
If you were in a situation where you meet a cop tells you to do something.
You should apply with it.
Right. Do you think that message is getting to enough kids these days?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
We suggest that you just comply, stay in compliance, but compliance is not working.
Because there's a lot of kids out here that say, I'm not going to do what the cops say regardless, because I've even heard that from grown adults, like, if I'm not doing nothing wrong, I don't have to obey what the cop is saying.
What do you think Martin Luther King Jr. would say about what's going on in this country right now? What would he tell us?
He would be appalled.
What do you think Martin Luther King would say about what's going on today in terms of race in America?
I think Martin Luther King would say we need to step back and go back to God's way of things, you know. And
We've gotten away from that as white, black, Latino, anything else. We need to learn more about each other. We're more American than anything else.
I completely concur with that statement.
From our friends over at MRC-TV.
MRCTV.org. Our buddies at the Media Research Center sent one of their reporters down there, and he went around and asked them a simple question.